everybody. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this conference. It's always great to be on your beautiful campus and to be part of such a hot topic. As mentioned earlier by Ashley, my name is Kim Morgan. And I'm really looking forward to share with you in this session what my perspective on social impact is. I don't stand in front of you professing to be an expert on the topic, but what I am is a human being who really cares about other human beings and really, really cares about creating a brighter future. And one who's trying to leverage my sphere of influence as a marketing director at Unilever Food Solutions to move the conversation forward. As my slide suggests, with the visuals and the title, the conversation we're going to have this afternoon is about food, about those who need to cut back and about those who don't have enough. I will share with you what my team and I are doing to try and deliver solutions on both sides of that spectrum. It's my profound belief that if you intend to move something forward in your community, at school, at work, or for your country, you have to have an intrinsic motivation to do so. You need a sense of purpose. Let me share with you what drives and motivates me. It's 12-year-old Zazie, who has a determination and drive to play field hockey for Team USA and wants to be a pediatric surgeon. It's 8-year-old Izzy, who has a talent to be an Olympic triathlete but wants to be a marine biologist. And it's Mark, my steady rock and my true north. They are my mountain of motivation. They're what drives me and helps me go forward and make a difference. To me, life is a sport, and together with my family and my team, I'm in it to live it. As a mother, wife, business leader, athlete, and team captain, I want to work with my team members to help them fulfill their full potential. Working as a team is the most satisfying experience imaginable, and winning as a team is even better. But you may not always win, but you can know that we're going to try. And I share this with you because trying to make a difference in our world is not always easy, and you won't always win. It can be hard, and it takes resilience and perseverance to keep going and keep moving the conversation forward. Taking action, whatever small step, is really important. Doing this with a purpose and a like-minded group of people will help you push through. We live in a world where population is growing, climate change is accelerating, water is scarce, 1 billion people are hungry, and another 1 billion people are overweight or obese. Business has a big role to play in meeting these challenges. Companies can no longer sit back and wait in the sidelines for someone else to take action. We have to be part of the solution. Obesity rates in the US are amongst the highest in the world. 36% of adults are classified as obese, increasing to 68% if you add the overweight population. That's close to 7 out of 10 American adults. The cases of obesity in children are rapidly rising. 19% of American children between the ages of 6 and 11 are classified as obese, and that's 18% for teens aged 12 to 19. The US medical expenses tied to overweight and obesity have reached $92.6 billion per year. That's 9.1% of all medical spending. According to WHO, obesity has reached epidemic proportions. Globally, 1 billion adults are overweight, and without action, this figure will reach 1.5 billion by 2015. That's next year. In stark contrast, the face of hunger in the US is changing. 48 million Americans do not have enough food. That's 1 in 6 adult Americans. 16 million children, American children, do not have enough food. That's 1 in 5 children. And 4.8 million seniors face the same harsh reality. 37 million Americans rely on food banks for their daily sustenance. So to help tackle these really big global challenges, Unilever has made it our mission to do well as an organization by doing good. Our Unilever Sustainable Living Plan focuses on small steps that can make a big difference. Our global plan has 3 big goals. By 2020, we aim to help 1 billion people improve their health and well-being. We want to halve the environmental footprint of our products. And finally, source 100% of our agricultural materials sustainably. To me, this plan is meaningful for kind of three key reasons. First of all, it's for all markets, both developed and developing. It is as relevant here in the US as it is in South Africa or Peru or China. Secondly, sustainability isn't just about the environment. There's a social and economic dimension. Our products, used daily by consumers around the world, can make a difference. And our supply chain supports the livelihood of millions of families. For today's discussion, we're going to focus on one pillar: improving health and well-being through healthier eating. Our goal at Unilever Food Solutions is to contribute to making 1 billion lives better through our commitment to healthier eating in the out-of-home environment. We'll help chefs to make 200 million meals daily, tastier, healthier, and more enjoyable by 2020. Through our products, services, and recipes, we aim to help influence all meal occasions, meals that are eaten in restaurants, at hotels, at hospitals, at school, at colleges, by elderly communities. In 2012, Unilever Food Solutions commissioned a report to understand the attitudes and behaviors of people around the world, people who eat out at least once a week. The World Menu Report. This report focuses on 10 different markets. There was US, Brazil, UK, Germany, Poland, China, Russia, Turkey, South Africa, and Indonesia, and provides out-of-home eating trends to understand global comparisons and gain local insight. These countries were selected because of their good diversity of economics, cultures, and cuisines. So bringing it back to the US. In the US, the average American eats out 5.8 times per week. 48% of the food dollar is spent on food consumed outside of the home. Recent studies, and there are many of them, suggest an association between eating away from home and overweight and obesity. Eating out can add an additional 100 calories per meal. An extra 100 calories every day adds up to 10 pounds per year. And eating out of lunch is actually the worst culprit. Specifically for women, though, this is quite interesting. Women who eat food prepared outside the home more than 5 times per week will consume about 250 more calories than women who don't eat as often in the out-of-home environment. So this is very real for us in the US. The World Menu Report gave us some ideas, though, and some insights. It showed us that people are often looking for healthy options when they eat out, but they also like to treat themselves. The big insight is people really want to eat only slightly healthier when they eat out. Slightly. And there have been many failures on many American menus that are testament to that. Some key barriers to eating out are, well, often the food is not deemed as appealing. It's not as filling. It's more expensive. That's the healthy options. So really the opportunity was to find a sweet spot, to find an intersection of people wanting to eat slightly healthier and wanting to treat themselves. That is what we call seductive nutrition. It's creating delicious, slightly healthier meals with more appealing menu descriptions. The framework was developed by chefs and nutritionists, and it has two simple stages. 1, small changes. Select a dish and make it slightly healthier. And 2, romance the menu. Make the wording of the menu more appealing. Don't call it low fat and low sodium and light this. People will stay away. Entice guests to order the healthier dish. Make it sound appealing and tempting. Let me give you some practical examples of this. So this is your regular cheeseburger and fries. This comes in at a whopping 1,165 calories. This is the seductive nutrition version, the California pepper jack burger with roasted red pepper dressing and crispy sweet potato fries. 983 calories. That's a 16% reduction. You're still indulging, but in a slightly healthier way. You're more likely to order that menu item. The second example is your regular taco. This comes in at 445 calories. This is the seductive nutrition version. The California-style fish taco with a fresh corn tortilla, a layer of generous, the higher grilled tilapia, fresh avocado, crisp, and I can go on and on. This fresh taco is a real catch, and it's only 238 calories. I know what I'm ordering, even without the calorie count. That's what seductive nutrition is in a very practical way. So in North America, we said, what can we do with this program? What can we do to make a difference, to make an impact on our industry and our society? So we rallied the food service industry to take part in the Seductive Nutrition Challenge, where operators committed to make a simple pledge to reduce 100 calories from one of their top dishes on their menu. Given the large numbers of chefs and operators that we call on and that we can influence, these small but vital changes can really add up to a big difference towards the overweight and obesity epidemic. So what have the results been to date? When we started the challenge back in 2012, we set ourselves a really ambitious target of 10 million calories to be reduced. That turned out to be small potatoes. And little did we know that not even 18 months on, we'd beat that target 500-fold. But in Unilever, we love challenges, and our president loves targets, so we kept going. And now knowing the potential of this program, we set the bar even higher. So by the end of this year, we'll achieve 5 billion calories reduced. And our goal by the end of 2017 is to hit 20 billion calories. Now, let me indulge you with a little bit of marketing math here. So, who knows what that is? Ryan Field, yeah. So to put this in perspective, 20 billion calories equates to approximately 60 million pounds of human weight, human mass. If we assume the average human weighs, just for the sake of simplicity, 150 pounds, the amount of calories 20 billion equates to is 40,000 people. And that's approximately the capacity of Ryan Field when the Wildcats were playing in 2013. I think it was 39,300 was your average attendance. So, I mean, so to me, it's just to give you the perspective. It's small actions, big difference. So let's change gears now. We've talked about one side of the equation, those who have too much. Let's talk about those who don't have enough food. All right, so you might be asking, how does seductive nutrition and Feeding America come together? Well,
if you had to choose between food and gas for your car,
not today. You can go online and see that one too. All right, so how does Food Solutions Seductive Nutrition Program and Feeding America come together? So Unilever is working with Feeding America, the nation's largest domestic hunger relief charity, with a network supplying, as I mentioned, 37 million Americans annually. And for each operator that pledges to take a top dish and make it slightly healthy by taking out 100 calories, we'll donate 18 meals to Feeding America. To date, we donated roughly 50,000 meals from these operator pledges, and we intend to donate thousands more as we go towards our 20 billion calorie reduction ambition. Since we've actually added this giving back component back in mid-2013, we've seen a 52% rise in our pledge rate from operators. They're motivated by this, and they care too, and they want to find a way to give back and make a difference. But one inspiring story I want to share about this partnership and how it came together, and actually something that I think relates to the topic of how we as individuals can make an impact. And this story is about someone in my team, Katie, an associate marketing manager, who's actually here today. And in Katie's own words, and I'll read her testimonial, but in 2003, I was reading a press release that was cascaded where the Unilever VP of Sustainability talked about the long-standing partnership between Unilever and Feeding America. And it inspired me to ask, why can't Unilever Food Solutions be part of the fight against hunger and the fight for improved nutrition on menus? We're in the food service business. We love good food and we love people. These passions are the biggest ammunition in both battles. I presented my ideas to the services team and was amazed how it triggered motivation across the organization to make a partnership happen between Unilever Food Solutions and Feeding America in less than 1 month. I can't wait to see where this journey takes us. Thank you, Katie. Hopefully this example shows you that even if in a corporate environment and whatever role you are, you can make a difference. If you have a great idea and you act on it, you can make a difference and have a lasting social impact, just like Katie did. So in conclusion, Seductive Nutrition is good for my business. It provides a key menu service. It's grounded in consumer and marketing insight and guest insight. It helps to grow the operator's business. The guest is satisfied, My business wins, the operator wins, the guest wins. It's a 3 times win. It gives me a competitive advantage as well. We also have the satisfaction of knowing we helped a guest have a more enjoyable out-of-home experience and eat slightly healthier, still with great taste and a great guest experience, as well as knowing we helped 50,000 Americans have access to a nutritious meal that they can function and provide for their families. There may be small actions, but many small actions add up to a big difference. That is what social impact means to me, and how I'm working to leverage my team's resources and marketing capabilities at Unilever to make a difference outside of the boardroom and to build something meaningful beyond profit to make a difference in our society. This is how I'm building a brighter future for Zazie and Izzy and all of the children of America who deserve a chance to fulfill their potential. Please keep the conversation going. We all have the power to make a difference, even in a small way. We just have to act on it. Thank you.
Any questions for Kim?
Hi, first of all, thank you very much for your time. My question is related to sort of the product portfolio of companies like Unilever. To what extent do you see also a corporate responsibility there when it comes to things like ready meals, which we probably also know is what many people put on their tables, and often these are not necessarily the best you can get, even though I think the recipes are definitely a good way, but it's often about what's ready and quick available and how bad is that for people and when they consume it.
Yeah. So let me try and answer that from a retail perspective. So we know that from understanding a consumer, the busiest time for a mother or a household is between 4 and 7 o'clock. And those convenience ready meals or kits that we provide are really to try and help make her life easier. Trying to make them as simple as possible, make them as clean label as possible, but also understand that she needs to probably feed her family for less than $4. So that's the trade-off that we're looking at, is the time factor, making the label as clean as possible, as healthy as possible, and weighing up the cost factor as well. And giving her that option at least versus another option which might be less healthy. Does that answer your question? Okay. All right. So if there are no more questions, I do have an ask of you. And this is where you can take your first action. And the first action I have is if you can make sure that you submit your ideas at our booth outside. And for every idea that you submit, we'll be donating 9 meals to Feeding America today. So at the last break I checked, we had only 19 ideas. You're a creative bunch here, I know. And I'm expecting at least 100 ideas, so at least we can get to close to 1,000 meals that we can raise for Feeding America today. Thank you for your time and attention.